Hi, I'm Belina. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. And either way, whether you're new or you're returning, I'm so happy to have you. And I have my friend Carl here, who he told a couple or so ghost stories before, and he has a couple he wants to tell about Waverly Hills Sanitarium is actually what it was. I think I called it Center. And he's the history buff. I know what it is, but I'm gonna let him explain to you. And then I gotta grab I've got my, what are these, frappes, lattes, whatever. This is a Mickey D's, but I can't drink a whole lot of it. I'm not allowed a lot of liquids, but it tastes good. But anyway, you already drank yours, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. He's gonna, for some of y'all that may not, a lot of you probably heard of it. Because, like I said, I believe, I don't know where it ranks, it's considered one of the most haunted places in America.
Yep.
And it's here in Kentucky, in Louisville. And I've never, as far as I can remember, I've never even been near it. And I will definitely never go on a tour there. They give tours. I don't know if they are now or not, depending on how they do things now. But they used to give tours. So I'm going to let him tell you. He's got, you pulled up a page there and give him some history, didn't you?
Yes.
So, okay, let you have it.
All right. Back in the early 1900s, they had a tuberculosis outbreak in the United States that became known as the Plague of the White Death. And pretty much like today's ongoing pandemic, people who had the disease were ostracized from the general population. So in 1910, work began on Waverley Hills Sanatorium,
I say it wrong.
a two-story hospital that was built to house the patients of Jefferson County, Kentucky. It ended up becoming a five-story hospital that housed patients from the eastern half of the United States. And at the time, it was considered a state-of-the-art, top-line tuberculosis center. Some of the things that they did to the patients at Waverly Hills were ghoulish.
But they meant well. I mean,
yes, they were trying to extend lives and the quality of life for the tuberculosis patients, but still, looking back on it, what they did was horrendous, torturous, and very painful to the patients. They would remove ribs, drug regimens that were what today would be considered experimental and not used on humans. They would try with animal trials today. Now, back then, first line was the tuberculosis patient. Or in some cases, they would go to the prisons and use prisoners for experimental drugs.
I didn't know that.
Well, I'm just a fun, fascinating fellow.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty bad, though.
On to the hospital opening in about 1916. It stayed in operation through the mid-1930s for patients who had tuberculosis. And there were a lot of deaths at Waverly Hills. They actually had a tunnel that ran from the hospital down through the landscape of the area that they could transport coffins down to the railway to be loaded up onto a train and taken home. They call that the death tunnel today. So let's fast forward into my first Waverly Hills experience. In the early 1980s, I was dating a young lady who was a lieutenant in the Army, and
you might not want to tell her.
I'm going to use a generic name for her, and we will call her Tracy. So one of the guys in Tracy's unit found the entrance to the death tunnel. At the time he found it, Waverly Hills had just closed its doors, where it had been used as a nursing home for developmentally challenged patients. Again, during this period of time, there was a lot of patient abuse that went on there, and some
Hold
of
your
it was
thought
quite.
there. I don't mean to interrupt you. Peggy has a thought on that, and I'll tell you in a minute. I maybe told you before. My sister does. But go ahead with. I'm sorry.
But upon his finding the entrance to the death tunnel, a lot of the guys in the unit wanted to explore the haunted hospital. And Tracy found out about it and asked me, would you be willing to go? Sure, I have no problems with that. We proceeded to enter the grounds of Waverly Hills through the death tunnel and explore the hospital a little bit. And this portion of the story here on out is, shall we say, not children friendly. Midway through the building, Tracy kind of grabbed my arm and pulled me down to whisper in my ear, I need to find someplace private to go to the bathroom.
What name did you say? That's
Tracy.
Fake name? Okay.
Yes, it's a pseudonym.
Okay.
So Tracy and I proceeded down to the ground floor and out on the grounds of Waverly Hills, where we found a dark, secluded area, and she proceeded to take care of nature's call. One thing led to another, and we started engaging in some adult activities, let's say. Okay. Well, while we were engaged in the adult activities, she happened to stiffen up and give a little shriek. And she said, wait a minute, I know where your right hand is. I know where your left hand is. Who is grabbing my right leg? And having a flashlight with us, we turned it on and looked down, and there was a handprint in her right leg where you could see the thumb on the outside of the leg and the forefinger imprint on the inside of the leg. And no hand there, just the hand impression going into her flesh. And at that time, she proceeded to, shall we say, lose control of her kidneys at that time. And things got rather messy for a moment.
I probably would have done the same thing. No.
Needless to say, we both rapidly addressed the situation, got ourselves together, and got the hell out of Dodge.
Okay.
Fast forward 20 years or so, and my cousin at the time was married to a young man whose father was in the demolition and roofing industries as a businessman, and he was doing rather well for himself, and he bought the property of Waverly Hills with the intention of tearing down the old hospital and erecting a statue similar to the Christ of the Andes, with the intention of calling it Christ of Waverly Hills. Well, while the county of Jefferson County, Kentucky did not object to having the statue erected, they did get a little bent out of shape over having the hospital torn down, and got into action immediately, having the hospital added to the Register of National Historic Places. So now it has to be preserved or renovated back to its original condition. But to go on with the story, Pop Alberhaskey, the owner, would invite family members, and being part of the extended family, I would get to go to Waverly Hills and got to find some of the myths and legends and stories about the place. And I have walked the halls of Waverly Hills, all 5 floors. On the 5th floor is a room where a nurse was supposed to have committed suicide when she tested positive for tuberculosis after finding out she was pregnant by one of the doctors that she was having an affair with, and she decided to end it all by hanging herself on the 5th floor.
That's not an answer.
Going into that room with no possible reason for hearing such a sound, you could hear what sounded like a object swinging on a rope, and the creak of a rope like her hanged body would have made, and there was nothing there to explain it. Another time, 3 of Pop's granddaughters were sitting in one of the nurses' stations and had a photograph taken. This photograph, when it was developed, had 4 heads in it. The 3 living granddaughters and a spectral photobomber. A 4th head.
Like a ghost picture. I did a video on that too.
Yes, they had a 4th person behind them, photobombing them, that you could actually see through the head into the background.
Oh, yeah. Those are creepy. I did a video on those too. Go catch that.
And
for
then
those who may not have seen it.
In the children's ward, there are oftentimes you can see a spectral toy ball bounce across the hallway, door to door, or room to room, and then when you go to look for it, there is no ball there to be bounced anywhere. So those are some of the unusual things I have seen at Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The area is now under a different owner. Pop has since gone on to his great reward, and the property was sold. And I understand they now have plans to open it as a bed and breakfast where you can stay in Kentucky's most haunted area.
No, thank you.
I would make the disclaimer, do so at your own risk.
Yeah.
There are dark forces there, because I have also seen photographs of, for lack of a better term, miniature demons or imps running around in the shadows with pitchforks and other implements of torture. So there is a dark side.
That?
I have seen that.
I didn't remember.
And there have been photographs taken of them
that
made the internet. It takes quite a bit of searching to find the creepier photographs from Waverly Hills, but they do exist.
But I was going to run this by you. I don't think she'd mind me saying anything. My sister Peggy, she has a theory. Because, like I said, I know there was a lot of suffering that went on and death, when it was, the TB sanitarium, however you say that. Sanitarium, whatever.
Sanitarium. Yes.
Yeah. But the doctors did, I know they had to do some kind of barbaric things, but they meant well. They were trying to help the people.
Yes, but still you can't get beyond the fact that the patients actually were in agony.
Yeah. Well, her theory was, you mentioned it. She has said when it got turned into like a mental hospital,
yes,
that the patients were mistreated there. And she wondered if that didn't have something to do with the hauntings. As much or not more than the
theoretically, from my standpoint of view, I would say it added to, but did not.
Kind of a combination of both, you think?
Yes.
It's, because to mistreat, that could leave something negative behind, for sure. So, and, okay, now, did you, Crybaby Bridgewood, Halloween night now, tomorrow night, we plan to go, and the weather's looking good so far.
Yes.
It's been raining a little bit here today, so what we had thought about was going out and because I told y'all I'd be honest with you. What is that noise?
Sounds like
somebody's
rain.
Water kicked on. Okay, I'm in an apartment. I should be used to that. We had thought about maybe going out and just getting footage today, and I told y'all I wouldn't deceive you when we go for the actual to see what's going to happen. I was going to try to get some because we're going after dark. Maybe we'll try to get there early tomorrow and just before the sun goes down, so you can see it in the daylight what it looks like. There's pictures on the internet, but I kind of want to get mine. But we had thought about doing that today, and so we could show you what it looked like during the daytime. And then going back tomorrow and like trying the baby powder. We got to get the baby powder, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have any, but anyway, now all I know is that a woman and her baby were killed in an accident. Do you know any more on that one?
I had always been told that Crybaby Bridge was the haunting of a mother and child who had just been born. The father went into Louisville. Apparently, it was a high-risk pregnancy, and the child was delivered in a better hospital in Louisville than what was available in the outlying area. Driving home back in the 1930s, the roads were more primitive, and it became late evening. It was a dark and rainy period of time. Kentucky is prone to flash floods and heavy rain periods, so apparently the creek that the bridge crosses was in flood condition. The car ran off the road before the bridge and down into the creek, overturning, and father, mother, and child were killed.
Oh, the father was too. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Oh, sad.
But from the haunting of Crybaby Bridge, the story is the mother had the child washed out of her arms before she passed, and she has been searching for the baby ever since, or you can hear the baby itself crying.
Or if you put the baby powder on the hood, they say you can see like baby hand and footprints.
Yes. So I'll leave it to you to close, Valina, and I'm going to
Okay.
step off camera for a moment.
Okay. Of course, and be careful. If we're leaning, it looks like we're leaning a little more in. That's because when we went to film on my tripod, I think I may have broke it. I hope not. I've got it rigged up right now as best as I can. I hope I can maybe fix it. Otherwise, of course, I might do my intro from here before we leave tomorrow. Because I am going to dress. Hey, are you going to dress up, Carl? At all? He's not answering me, probably not. But anyway, his hat, cap. I'm not going to dress up that much. Just a little. I think I told you that last night. It's Halloween night, so it'll be a good time to go to Crybaby Bridge. Am I a little nervous? A little bit. But hey, it's Halloween. I'll say some prayers and I'll be okay. But, and we don't know what we're going to get. We're amateurs. I mean, these other channels I watch, they've got their, their EVP, those, all the gadgets and everything. We have nothing like that. So we're just going to see if there's, get some pictures of things. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Murphy's Law, if anything can go wrong, it will. Okay. I thought I was still taping and my storage was low. And I thought I just cleaned it out the other day. And like I said, my tripod, it's rigged up. And he's back, and no, he's not dressing up. I'm not dressing up that much. It's just a little test of something. But anyway, I was talking about Crybaby Bridge. That's what we're going to do tomorrow night. So, I hope you'll watch. Like I said, I don't know. Nothing may happen. We may get something. I don't know. As a little girl, I was there. I thought I heard something, but you know how little kids are. So, I don't know. And my sister says she doesn't remember it. And she was with her ex then, so I think she's trying to forget that part of her life. No offense, man. I don't, no beef here, but but yeah, that was her first husband. But, and I was young. I was really young. They try to play it down, and she says she doesn't remember. But we'll find out, I guess, tomorrow night. But anyway, we're going to do that. And I want to give a shout out. I was hoping I had these things come up, and it took me a while to go in and remove some. I had to remove trash. I'm sure if you're using a phone, you know what I'm talking about. I had to do all that, and I was hoping to catch Billy Binge's live, but he's been reacting to he reacts to things. It's what he does, and yes, he's a much bigger channel than me, but I don't care. If it's somebody I like to give him a shout out. Actually, he has two channels. I started out watching him on Billy You So Crazy, and there he does song reactions. But what's seemed to become bigger is now Billy Binges, where he does movie reactions. And I will say on Billy You So Crazy, and you saw this. And if you're of a certain age, I know you know the song, and you may, even if you're younger, you may know the song by heart. All I want to do is make love to you. But he's like, I think he said he's 27, I think. He didn't know this song. Somebody just recommended it to him. And I don't know if you know the story in it. I'm not going to tell you if you don't. But that's one to look up. All I want to do is make love to you reaction with Billy You So Crazy. That is hilarious to watch. And he kind of feels about it like, there's something me and my friend used to say about it. I'm not going to repeat because that would give something away, but it's a crazy story. But anyway, I'm giving him a shout out. Tonight, I noticed he was doing Don't Breathe. He's been doing scary movies, and he does not like scary movies. So I applaud him, for doing that for his audience.
Go Billy.
Yeah, we like Billy. And I'm sorry, and I'm gonna let him know, that I had, because he was used to me watching all of his lives, and I moderated for a while on his channel, and then I was in the hospital sick for a while, and it couldn't be helped. But that's business. I no hard feelings, because I've been so busy with this, I would probably have to stop anyway. But anyway, yeah, he's got Billy You So Crazy. I don't know I don't see as many of the songs come up as I used to, but he's got some good ones on there. And Billy Binges is the movies, and he does that. He does it on Saturdays, I think Thursdays now, and sometimes on Mondays. Just check him out, and but definitely on Saturdays he does it. And I'm going
About
after
8 p.m.
at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So whatever your time is, it's 8 p.m. for us. But when he goes live. But yeah, I don't mind giving shout outs. Like, I mentioned Haley Reese and Tyler. I hope I'm saying his name right. Her boyfriend, Tyler Medeiros, and it goes by Tyler Medeiros TV. And he has some good content. And there's a lot of others. I'm a YouTube fan myself, so. And I've enjoyed doing this. I'm a little tired, yeah. I commend anybody who does this on a regular basis. I do. I really do. But anyway, talking about the future. Okay. I don't know what yet, but I feel like, and I know it's a ways off, and I'll have something before then. Like I said, I'm only going to take like a week off. And I want to do something for Thanksgiving. I mean, even if it's only like the day before or something quick, Well, I know what we're thinking about doing Thanksgiving Day, so it might be the day before. I might do something vlog style. Okay. What if we can find a theater that is showing it? And this is, I'm going in blind and dumb and everything else. He's supposed to you forgot to bring the movies you have.
I couldn't find them. I don't know where I hid them from myself.
Okay. The Resident Evil movies. And I know, how many games are there?
At least 11, I believe.
That many?
Yes.
Well, I don't do games anyway, really. But anyway, how many movies are there?
I know of 4. Raccoon City will be the 5th.
Okay, to be the 5th. And I want to see it. I'll tell you why. Because watch my review if you haven't, please. I thought it was funny. And I think you thought it was funny. The Exchange. There's another movie by that name, but this went by 2021, even though I think they filmed it earlier, and then things went crazy. But it was actually.
And I know you love Mila from the '70s show, but
well, not like
Evil's,
I don't look at Mila like I do Avon. Avon Jogia is the guy I want to see. I'm wanting to see in
Mila. I'm sorry if I butcher your last name.
Kunis.
Jovovich.
Huh? Oh, I thought you were talking about Mila Kunis. I was thinking
No,
about that
I'm
thing.
talking about the Resident Evil star.
Oh, I
Mila
don't
did a
know.
wonderful job, but they've reimagined and gone back to the opening sequence for what I've seen from the Raccoon
Is she
City
one of them that
type.
looks different too, or something? Because some people are complaining because Avon is your tall, dark, gorgeous, you know,
And the
and
games have
he's
Leon as a
Leon is
blonde.
blonde. So freaking what? I mean, I think that's being
Well, that would be like casting me as Blade in the Wesley Snipes
no. What
flicks.
difference does it make if he plays the part well? And he's done well, you know.
Well,
He's
Wesley's done it so
underrated. He really
daggone
is.
well up until now, and I hear he's coming out
And
with a new
I'm
movie.
not saying that because he's gorgeous, but yes, he's a good actor. You might know him from Victorious. He was Beck. I didn't watch Victorious back in the day. I watched it since. It's cute.
Not only that, but he can dance like an Egyptian king to.
No, he didn't dance in it. He did do the miniseries Tut though, and that's really good. I have that on Prime. I bought that, and I had the exchange. The exchange is hilarious. He plays a foreign exchange student, and I review it. But this guy who's really lonely, and he's into French everything, and what I couldn't understand is, from a male's point of view, the thing was okay. I guess this guy, he was, I hate to use the word nerd, I said that in my review, but I guess he kind of was. He didn't
Nerd,
have any
geek.
friends. He didn't have any friends, and the opportunity for an exchange student came up. And he wanted the foreign exchange student. Or maybe it was from France, anyway, he ended up sending, for signing up for the foreign exchange student from France. And what he gets is Avon's character, Stefan. And Stefan, now he's a little rowdy.
A whole lot more hip.
But yeah, I mean, he's a good person. This is the part I didn't get. He's a little rowdy, yes, but I mean, of course he's gorgeous. He's played by Avon Jogia, so he's gorgeous. But the ladies like him, and he likes the ladies. Nothing wrong with that. But I mean, he's good-hearted. He wants to be. He likes his family. He immediately takes to them, and he's happy to be where he is. You know, he is set in Canada, and that's where he's actually from. Avon is, but what I didn't understand, the boy, and it was said that the guy that wrote it, whatever it was, somebody guessed it was autobiographical. I don't know. Maybe that was his experience. I don't know. I'm speculating, but I didn't understand because he was so sorry after he met him that he wasn't more like him. So I don't, just because I think, this is my feelings, just because somebody's different from you doesn't mean you can't be friends with them. That's just my thoughts. But anyway, it is a funny movie, and there's a good message in it too. Talking about, I was going to say, that seems like, people saying that seems like discrimination. About what they're saying about Resident Evil. I don't think it matters. Who cares? I'm ready to see him on big screen. So I hope we can find a theater that, that's open, that's showing it. And I'm going to do that probably, because this is a new experience for me. I know I can't take the camera in at the movies. I know that. But I'll probably do it vlog style. Like, talk, before we leave. And then after I come out, let's see how I'm doing, because I don't believe in them, but I see it's going to have zombies in it and gross.
I don't know if you can really call them zombies. They're
whatever they
like,
are. I like scary stuff, but that's
diseased mutations.
Well, I saw the trailer is out now. Go watch the trailer. It's Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah, that's what it goes for, right? Yeah, the trailer is out now. So, and yeah. I'm promoting his movie. I'm such a cougar. But anyway, that, and I don't, I've got some ideals. I've got some new material to talk about. Like I said, I love to read. I haven't got to read much, but I've got some books downloaded that I haven't got into that look like they'd be interesting and would make it for interesting content. And I'll be around. I think I was saying that a while ago, and I thought it was taping. I don't think it got it. I plan to tape 2 to 3 times a week, at least 2, if not 3. So, because if I can do 31 days, I mean, I know I was late some, and I apologize for that, but I got it done. But anyway, I better go because I want to get this uploaded, and I still have to do a thumbnail. And let's thank Carl again for his stories. Thank you, Carl.
You're welcome.
And I thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. And if you enjoyed this, you know, give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. It would help me. Comment anything you want. Try to tune in tomorrow night. I can't tell you for sure what time it'll be. Like I said, you know, it's probably going to be late. Maybe. Well, it gets dark. Well,
It's around 6 o'clock.
It's 9:08 right now, and it's dark. So, but we want to get there and get so you all can see it. You know, the lighter. You know, see it in the daylight. And then after it gets dark, kind of do.
Well, we may go before dinner and then get something to eat and
then go back
after dark.
We could do that, and I'm going to vlog the whole thing, so we could do that. Do it that way, yeah. So please try to tune in, and thank you so much, you know, for watching, and for everyone that's been, you know, giving me views and everything, and the likes and comments. I appreciate everything. So I'm going to go so I can get this edited and get the thumbnail made and get this up. Hopefully it won't be midnight. And thank you so much for watching. And whatever it is for you, day, night, whenever this finds you, have a great one. And don't forget tomorrow night. And if you're going out, please, please be safe. I mean, for the most part, I think we have, we don't have any trick-or-treaters here. I think, as far as the kids, they're watched a lot better now, and they have events for them. But still, you never know. I mean, and even if you're an adult, be careful.
Passing through Eminence, they were having trick-or-treating tonight in the
town
center.
Yeah, sometimes they would do that, yeah. Since tomorrow is Sunday, probably, yeah. But anyway, or tonight...
Well, God bless. Happy Halloween, everyone. And
well, you'll see them again tomorrow, too, I guess. Are you going to be on camera tomorrow?
Yes, but
okay.
I'm wishing them a happy Halloween now
because
it's Halloween's Eve.
Yes, it is.
All Hallows Eve.
And you know what I'm going to have to do tomorrow night? I'm going to when we get back, I don't care how late it is. It's a tradition. I have to watch the first original Halloween.
Okay.
That's tradition for me. But anyway, we're going to go. And I love to talk, yes, and I could talk all night, but I better go. No wonder I went through storage. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and whatever it is for you, have a great one, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.